Did you know that at this very moment, your cells are making a decision that could determine whether you develop cancer in the coming years? And the scariest part is that the pharmaceutical industry knows about a food capable of influencing this decision, but prefers you don't know about it. I've been an oncologist for over 15 years and have treated thousands of cancer patients. What I'm about to reveal could literally save your life. And the reason big labs prefer to keep this a secret will leave you outraged. Before you continue, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel because this information needs to reach as many people as possible. Please note, do not stop any supplements or medications without speaking to your doctor. I'll get straight to the point because every minute counts when we talk about cancer prevention. There's a specific food that recent studies have shown to have the ability to induce the death of cancer cells in up to 75% of tested cases. I'm not talking about an expensive drug or an experimental treatment. I'm talking about something you can buy today at the grocery store for less than $10. But first, I need to explain why, after 60, your body becomes more susceptible to developing cancer. Imagine your cells as tiny factories working 24 hours a day. As the years go by, these factories start making more errors in production. It's like an old machine that starts churning out defective parts. Normally, your body has quality control inspectors that identify and destroy these defective parts, which we call precancerous cells. But after 60, these inspectors become slower and less efficient. That's where the food I'm about to reveal comes in. Type 1 in the comments if you're over 60 and want to protect your body against cancer. This food contains bioactive compounds that act like extra supervisors in these cellular factories. They not only identify defective cells, but also activate a self-destruction mechanism within them. It's like installing an additional security system that automatically detects and eliminates any threat. The food in question is broccoli. Yes, you read that right. Simple broccoli, which many let rot in their fridge, contains a compound called sulforaphane, considered by many researchers to be one of the most potent natural anti-cancer agents ever discovered. But here's the problem. Most people prepare broccoli completely wrong, destroying up to 90% of this miraculous compound. Let me tell you about Mrs. Mary, a 68-year-old retired teacher from Los Angeles, California. She came to my office after receiving a diagnosis of precancerous lesions in her colon. She was terrified because her mother had died of bowel cancer. In addition to conventional treatment, I suggested she include specifically prepared broccoli in her daily diet. 6 months later, tests showed the lesions had completely regressed. Her tumor markers, which had been elevated, returned to normal. Today, at 72, she remains cancer-free and swears that broccoli saved her life. Comment your city so I know where you're watching from. The sulforaphane in broccoli acts in multiple ways to fight cancer. First, it activates tumor suppressor, genes that were dormant in your cells. It's like waking up guards who were asleep on the job. Second, it blocks enzymes that transform harmless substances into carcinogens within your body. Third, and most impressively, it induces apoptosis, which is the programmed death of cancer cells. But why doesn't the pharmaceutical industry want you to know this? The answer is simple and outrageous. A chemotherapy treatment can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. A pound of broccoli costs less than $15. There's no patent on broccoli. No lab can make billions selling something that grows naturally. That's why they invest millions trying to synthesize sulforaphane in the lab so they can patent it and sell it as a drug. Now I'm going to reveal the secret to preparing broccoli in a way that preserves and even multiplies the amount of sulforaphane. When you cut or chew broccoli, an enzyme called myrosinase comes into contact with glucoraphanin and produces sulforaphane. But this enzyme is destroyed by heat. That's why steaming broccoli for more than 5 minutes or boiling it eliminates almost all of its anti-cancer potential. The correct way is to chop the broccoli and let it sit for 40 minutes before cooking. This allows the enzyme to produce the maximum amount of sulforaphane. Then, steam it for a maximum of 4 minutes. The broccoli should be vibrant green and crunchy. If it's soft and colorless, you've destroyed the beneficial compounds. Another option is to consume raw broccoli sprouts, which contain up to 100 times more sulforaphane than mature broccoli. Mr. George, a 71-year-old retired bus driver from Denver, Colorado, is another impressive example. Diagnosed with early-stage prostate cancer, he refused immediate surgery and asked for 3 months to try a natural approach under my supervision. We included daily broccoli sprouts in his diet, along with other changes. After 3 months, his PSA had dropped from 12 to 4. A year later, he remained stable with no need for surgery. Type broccoli in the comments if you're going to start including this food in your diet today. But sulforaphane doesn't act alone. 2022 studies showed that when combined with curcumin, from turmeric and quercetin from red onion, its effectiveness increases by up to 300%. It's like forming an army of protective substances that patrol your body 24 hours a day. I need to warn you about the silent symptoms that might indicate your cells are already undergoing precancerous mutations. Unexplained fatigue that doesn't improve with rest. Weight loss without diet changes. Persistent pain anywhere in the body. Changes in bowel habits. A cough that won't go away. Sores that don't heal. All of these can be warning signs your body is sending. Metabolism, after 60 processes food differently. Your production of digestive enzymes decreases by up to 40%. Nutrient absorption in the intestines drops by half. That's why simply eating broccoli isn't enough. You need to optimize its absorption. Consuming it with a little healthy fat, like olive oil, increases sulforaphane absorption by up to 500%. Mrs. Ann, a 65-year-old retired nurse from Miami, Florida, discovered suspicious nodules in her thyroid. While awaiting the biopsy, she began consuming 200 grams of correctly prepared broccoli every day. 6 weeks later, the biopsy showed the nodules were benign, but the most surprising thing was that they had decreased 20% in size. Her endocrinologist was perplexed and said he had never seen nodules regress spontaneously. But broccoli isn't just about prevention. Cancer patients undergoing treatment who include broccoli in their diet report fewer chemotherapy side effects, less nausea, less hair loss, faster immune system recovery. This is because sulforaphane protects healthy cells while specifically attacking cancerous ones. The ideal dose for prevention is 100 to 200 grams of broccoli 3 to 4 times a week. For those who have had cancer or are at high risk, I recommend daily consumption. Just 30 grams of broccoli sprouts per day already provide the necessary amount of sulforaphane. They can be added to salads, juices, or consumed plain. If you take medication for blood pressure, diabetes, or anticoagulants, you need to be extra careful. Sulforaphane can interact with some medications, so always talk to your doctor before making significant changes to your diet. But in my experience, most doctors are unaware of broccoli's power simply because it wasn't taught in medical schools. Mr. Charles, a 74-year-old retired merchant from Seattle, Washington, had intestinal polyps that needed to be removed every 2 years. After including broccoli and sprouts in his daily diet, his last colonoscopy showed a completely clean colon for the first time in 10 years. His gastroenterologist said it was impossible, but the tests don't lie. Click like now if this information is useful to you. I'm now going to reveal other foods that boost broccoli's anti-cancer effect. Garlic contains allicin, which works synergistically with sulforaphane. Cooked tomatoes provide lycopene, which specifically protects against prostate cancer. Green tea has catechins that block the growth of new blood vessels that feed tumors. The combination of these foods creates what we call natural chemotherapy. No side effects, no absurd costs, no need for hospitalization. But you need to be consistent. It's no use eating broccoli once a month. Sulforaphane has a half-life of only a few hours in the body. Therefore, consumption needs to be regular to maintain constant protective levels. Another secret few people know is that thoroughly chewing broccoli increases sulforaphane production. Each bite activates more enzymes. People with chewing difficulties can use a food processor but should consume it immediately, as sulforaphane degrades quickly upon contact with air. Mrs. Joan, a 69-year-old retired teacher from Atlanta, Georgia, had a devastating family history. Her mother died of breast cancer at 52. Her sister had ovarian cancer at 58. She herself had already had benign breast lumps removed 3 times. She started the broccoli protocol 3 years ago. Since then, no new lumps have appeared. Her genetic risk markers remain high, but she has managed to silence these genes through her diet. Cancer feeds on chronic inflammation. After 60, our bodies naturally produce more inflammatory substances. The sulforaphane from broccoli significantly reduces these inflammatory markers. It's like putting out small fires before they turn into a raging inferno. 2023 studies showed that people who regularly consume broccoli have a 50% lower chance of developing colorectal cancer, a 40% lower chance of prostate cancer, and a 30% lower chance of breast cancer. These numbers are better than many extremely expensive preventive medications. But beware, not all broccoli is equal. Frozen broccoli loses up to 80% of its sulforaphane. Old, yellowed. Broccoli practically has no active compounds left. The ideal is to buy fresh with bright green, firm florets. Consume within 5 days of purchase at most. Store in the refrigerator in a perforated plastic bag to maintain moisture without rotting. Mr. Peter, a 72-year-old retired engineer from Austin, Texas, discovered early-stage lung cancer even though he had never smoked. Along with conventional treatment, he adopted daily consumption of broccoli sprouts. Today, 2 years later, he remains in complete remission. His oncologists say he responded exceptionally well to treatment, but he believes broccoli made all the difference. Type yes in the comments if you're going to share this video with someone who needs this information. Sulforaphane also protects the brain against neurodegenerative diseases, protects the heart against heart attacks, and protects the kidneys against failure. It is truly a miraculous compound that nature has given us as a gift. For those who have difficulty with the taste of broccoli, here's a tip. Mix it with garlic sautéed in olive oil. Add a little lemon, or make a mash with potatoes. The important thing is to consume it, no matter the form. Your life is worth more than any taste preference. The pharmaceutical industry invests billions trying to create drugs that do what broccoli does naturally. There are already over 1,800 scientific studies on sulforaphane. But this information doesn't reach the public because there's no commercial interest in promoting something that can't be patented. Now I'll share the complete protocol I use with my patients. First, 16-hour intermittent fasting to increase cellular autophagy. Second, 200 grams of correctly prepared broccoli for lunch. Third, 30 grams of broccoli sprouts for dinner. Fourth, 1 cup of green tea between meals. Fifth, a 30-minute walk to oxygenate cells. Mrs. Teresa, a 67-year-old retired seamstress from Portland, Oregon, had uterine fibroids that grew every year. Doctors recommended a hysterectomy. She decided to try the natural protocol for 6 months. The fibroids not only stopped growing but also reduced by 30%. She avoided surgery and today, at 70, continues to have a healthy uterus. Cancer is like a thief who enters your home when the alarms are off. Sulforaphane reactivates those alarms. But more than that, it trains your cells to recognize and eliminate invaders before they cause damage. It's prevention and treatment at the same time. People with thyroid problems should be careful, as excessive broccoli consumption can interfere with iodine absorption. The solution is to consume it, along with iodine-rich foods like fish and seafood. Always balance, always moderate, always under medical guidance. If you've made it this far, it's because you truly care about your health. I'll summarize everything in 3 crucial points. First, consume fresh broccoli prepared correctly, 3 to 4 times a week, chopped and rested for 40 minutes before steaming for a maximum of 4 minutes. Second, supplement with 30 grams of raw broccoli sprouts daily for maximum protection. Also include garlic, cooked tomatoes, and green tea. Third, maintain consistency, as cancer protection requires regular consumption. It's no use eating it sporadically. Sulforaphane needs to be consistently present in your system. Please click like, share this video with everyone you love, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any life-saving information. Let me know in the comments if you're going to start including broccoli in your diet today. Talk to your doctor before adjusting any supplements or medications. Remember that you have the power to protect your body against cancer. The choice is in your hands, and it starts on your plate. Your health is your greatest asset, and now you have a powerful weapon to defend it. Use it wisely, and live a long, healthy, cancer-free life.